What's your name?
My name's Kat Napier. I am the dressage trainer at Simpatico Stables in Redmond, Washington.
Yay. So, you and I were talking earlier and you said you had a story, an experience of a really cool collaborative achievement that you were a part of.
Yeah, I went to a equestrian college in Ohio, and while I was there we formed a group we called the Main Event, which was
M-A-N-E.
M-A-N-E, yeah. And it was a group that decided that we thought it would be good for the community if we put together some sort of an educational presentation on all the different disciplines that you can do with a horse. So
cool.
We had dressage and like gymnastics on horses and driving horses and different breeds and things. And we invited the public to come watch, and so we wanted it to be interesting and educational for someone that didn't know about horses, but also interesting enough that someone who did know about horses would enjoy it.
Uh-huh. And so how did it go?
Well, it went great. The first year, I pretty much took it on pretty much single-handedly, and it ended up being a lot of work, and it came out all right in the end, but by the second year, I had kind of learned how to work together as a group much better, and we all really got involved together as a group, and so our group really got to know each other really well, and had a lot of fun fundraising and finding different acts for our show.
Uh-huh.
And then the performance turned out, I think, much better the second year, and we had a lot of people that had never seen or touched horses before come.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And it was a lot of fun because they learned a lot about it and were exposed to it in a safe and educational and interesting format.
That's cool.
So there were a lot of interesting people there.
Uh-huh. Is there a specific person that stands out in your mind, or like one particular conversation you had that...
Well, I remember after the second performance, the second year, a guy came up to me who, was in his mid-30s, but he came up and said he'd never seen a horse, never touched one, didn't know anything about them, and that he'd just seen one of our ads in one of the local publications and decided to stop by because he had some free time, so he brought a friend of his, and the two of them came by and they watched the whole thing and they loved it, and they came up to me and said they really appreciated it, and I just thought it was really interesting that someone that I would never have expected to come decided to come.
Yeah.
He really enjoyed it, and said he would come back for more. Hope it enriched his life a little bit.
Yeah, I would imagine that lots of lives were enriched, including the horses belonging to those owners.
An unusual event to have so many different kinds of horses together at the same place. It also, I think, connected a lot of horse people that were involved in the project that never would have seen each other. It ended up forming some really productive bonds, and people were really able to help each other out in ways that they could really use, but never would have known about each other if it hadn't been for the Main Event.
Yeah, that's cool. Has it had any lasting either impact on you as a member of the horse community, or just as a human?
I learned a lot throughout the project as well, not only just about the horses and what they were able to do with different disciplines, but also just how to run a group. Being in charge of it was kind of an eye-opening experience, and as I alluded to earlier, the first year I didn't really know how to run a group together without just taking it all on myself, but I really learned how to task manage and delegate and really bring everybody together, and we had a lot of fun in the process, and so it was good for me to learn that.
Sounds great.
We can all make good things happen.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Kat.
Yeah,
thanks for taking the time in the middle of your ride.
No problem.
So carry on.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.